From a cramped Leningrad flat to the inner circles of the KGB, Vladimir Putin learned power through silence, strategy, and survival. Rising from Soviet collapse to command the Kremlin, he transformed from an unknown spy into Russia's most dominant ruler. This is the story of his relentless ascent. Vladimir Putin's journey from a modest childhood in Leningrad to becoming Russia's dominant political figure spans decades of discipline, intelligence work, and calculated ascent through the country's political structures. Born on October 7, 1952 in Leningrad, Putin grew up in a communal apartment in a city still scarred by war. His early years were shaped by hardship and by the influence of his father, a Second World War veteran. As a boy, he faced bullying, but found confidence and structure through martial arts, especially judo and sambo, disciplines that later became lifelong passions. He attended St. Petersburg High School 281, where he studied German and developed a fascination with espionage, inspired by Soviet spy films and adventure stories. Putin went on to study law at Leningrad State University, where he was influenced by his tutor Anatoly Sobchak, a future reformist politician. His interest in intelligence work continued, and after graduating in 1975, he formally joined the KGB. He initially worked in counterintelligence in Leningrad before undergoing intensive training at the KGB's school number 401. There, he learned surveillance, cryptography, operational tradecraft, and the professional discipline that would shape his later leadership style. In 1985, he was posted to Dresden in East Germany as a foreign intelligence officer, liaising with the Stasi and monitoring foreign visitors. His years in Dresden exposed him to the decline of Soviet influence, culminating in the fall of the Berlin Wall, an event that profoundly influenced his worldview. Putin left the KGB in 1991 during the turmoil of the failed coup against Mikhail Gorbachev. He returned to St. Petersburg and transitioned into politics under Mayor Anatoly Sobchak, who had been his law professor and would become his most important early patron. In 1990, Putin served as an advisor on international affairs, overseeing foreign relations and investment. The following year, he became head of the Committee for External Relations, managing international business ventures and confronting challenges that ranged from foreign investment to organized crime. His steady rise continued, and he eventually became the first deputy mayor. His KGB background, marked by secrecy, loyalty, and control, proved instrumental in navigating the political complexities of the post-Soviet era. When Sobchak lost the 1996 mayoral election, Putin moved to Moscow. There, through connections including Valentin Yumashev, a close aide to President Boris Yeltsin, he joined the presidential administration as deputy to the Kremlin's chief administrator. Recommended by former KGB associates such as Sergei Chemezov and Nikolai Tokarev, he advanced rapidly. In 1998, Yeltsin appointed him director of the Federal Security Service, the FSB. A year later, in August 1999, he became Prime Minister of Russia. Putin's national rise accelerated swiftly. On December 31, 1999, Yeltsin resigned, making Putin the acting president. He won the presidential election in March 2000 and was inaugurated on May 7th. He secured re-election in 2004, and though constitutionally barred from a third consecutive term in 2008, he remained at the center of power, becoming prime minister under President Dmitry Medvedev. He returned to the presidency in 2012, won another term in 2018, and, following constitutional amendments passed in 2020, became eligible for further terms. In 2024, he was re-elected for a fifth term, extending his rule into the 2030s. Over more than 2 decades, Putin has consolidated state power, overseen major reforms, and directed assertive foreign policies, including the annexation of Crimea and military interventions in Ukraine and Syria. His tenure has been defined by a strong centralization of authority, an emphasis on national security, and an ability to maintain near-absolute control over Russia's political system.